Yobe State begins distribution of fertilizers and other inputs to local governments. 2 killed, 4 injured as farmers herders crisis escalates in Abuja. Two-scale raises €110 million to stimulate agribusiness in Nigeria. Good evening and welcome to Himma News at 5. I am Saad Mustafa Suleiman SD Nagudu. And now the details. Yobe State Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources has commenced the distribution of agricultural inputs and equipment as part of the second phase of the Mega Agricultural Empowerment Program. The distribution exercise follows the directive of Governor Mema Labuni, who had launched the second phase of the initiative with a clear instruction that all agricultural items be distributed free of charge to farmers across the state. According to an official memo from the ministry, Yusufari local government area has received its share of the inputs and equipment, which include 2,500 bags of fertilizers, 600 units of grains, 50 power tillers, 500 bundles of cassava stem, 50 planters, 36 fertilizer spreaders, and 20 units of agrochemicals. The ministry stated that these items are to be kept under the custody of the local government chairman, pending further directives on distribution modalities. Speaking to journalists in his office, the Commissioner of Agriculture, Ali Mustafa Goniri, assured that similar allocations will be dispatched to other local governments in due course, as the government intensifies efforts to ensure that no farmer is left behind in the march toward food sufficiency. The lingering conflict between herders and farmers in the Gurfata community of Ivo Ward, Gwagwalada Area Council escalated on Wednesday, claiming more lives. 2 vigilantes were reportedly killed and 4 herders sustained brutal injuries in the latest clash. Abuja Metro had previously reported that the crisis began on Tuesday when a farmer allegedly attacked on his farm by herders died in the hospital. Haruna Tobabwa Eladi, the village head of Gurfata Sabo, confirmed the latest clash to Abuja Metro by telephone on Thursday. Dahiru claimed that the clash is resumed after some villagers allegedly mobilized people, including vigilantes from neighboring villages, to the headers' camp to set the remaining house ablaze. Sani Usman Zakaria, a concerned citizen, made the appeal in a letter addressed to the minister, reacting to the renewed clashes in Gurfata. He highlighted that the violence, a persistent issue for years, has become more frequent in rural parts of the council, including Faiko, Ivwa, Dobi, and neighboring wards. The career described the situation as unbearable and called for urgent government intervention, specifically recommending the establishment of a peace committee to resolve the crisis. Towards sustainable cluster for agribusiness learning and entrepreneurship, Two-Scale says it has raised €110 million worth of investment in Nigeria's agribusiness sector. This was disclosed at the Two-Scale and Dash Consulate Media Engagement Forum, themed Inclusive Agribusiness in Nigeria, a public-private dialogue held in Lagos recently. Two-Scale Program Director Marina Diboma said the 13-year journey of the initiative has enabled inclusive agribusiness models across Nigeria and 9 other African countries. The event also doubled as the premiere of Two-Scale documentary Food Soldiers, promoting food security in Africa, and the unveiling of an interactive digital magazine spotlighting. On his part, Two-Scale's country director Olise Maxwell stated that as its programs come to an end this year, the agency is working to transfer the lesson learned from the work in Nigeria to agribusiness stakeholders to ensure continuity of its strategies and sustainable progress to enhance food security in the country. by connecting smallholder farmers with ready markets. Maxwell explained that two-scale strategies aims to de-risk the sector by drastically reducing post-harvest losses, improve earning for smallholder farmers, and strengthen the agribusiness value chain in Nigeria. The Council directed the strengthening of State Emergency Management Agency SEMA across all 36 states of the Federation and asked the Federal Ministry of Finance to release emergency funds to address impending flood effects. The Council's resolution came following a presentation by Zubaida Umar, Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, on the country's 2025 flood preparedness and response initiative during the Council's meeting. Key preparedness action undertaken in 2025 includes expert review and analysis of meteorological forecasts, with NEMA communicating flood predictions to state governments between May and June. The agency has strengthened SEMAs and established local emergency management committees while activating the Emergency Coordination Forum involving military, police, and civil defense disaster response units. The agency has also improved civil-military coordination on disaster risk reduction and relief operations through partnerships with military disaster response units, the Nigeria Police Force, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and the Nigeria Red Cross. NEMA, however, identified persistent challenges hindering effective flood response, including weak drainages, infrastructure, delayed data reporting from states, insecurity in flood-prone areas, limited functionality of SEMAs, and inactive local emergency management committees. Additional concerns include poor compliance with urban planning and building codes, alongside inadequate environmental hygiene and waste management systems. To this end, the Council directed the Federal Ministry of Finance to release funds to each state of the Federation and the FCT Abuja and some federal agencies for this year's flood readiness. Please stay tuned and for more stories just after the break. Welcome back. The news continues. The Federal Executive Council yesterday approved two major electrification projects worth of 213.7 billion naira. The projects, according to the government, are meant to improve energy access in universities, teaching hospitals, and rural communities across the country. The Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, broke the news while addressing reporters at the State House in Abuja after the 7th Federal Executive Council meeting presided over the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Adelabu said the first project valued at 145 billion naira, inclusive of 7.5%, is for the engineering, procurement, and construction of power systems under the Energizing Education Program implemented by the Rural Electrification Agency. Adelabu said many institutions have faced severe electricity challenges, leading to blackouts and industrial actions as they struggle to meet exorbitant utility bills from distribution companies. The minister listed 8 institutions said to benefit from the pace of the program, including Federal University Dutse, Ahmadu Bello University, and the Federal University Ukari in Taraba State. He added that the new project builds on earlier interventions executive with World Bank support, which have delivered solar power installations to several universities, including the University of Abuja, University of Maiduguri, Nigeria Defense Academy, and Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, among others. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu charged state governors to prioritize the welfare of Nigerians by investing more in their future, putting more in rural electrification, agricultural mechanization, poverty eradication, and improved investment in infrastructure. This is just as the National Economic Council has endorsed a new world-based development strategy, renewed Hope World Development Program, to actualize double-digit economic growth through direct intervention in Nigeria's administrative wards across 36 states. President Tinubu's charge to the governors followed a presentation on the renewed hope by the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Abubakar Nagudu, at the 150th meeting of the National Economic Council held at the State House Council Chambers, Abuja. President Tinubu asked state governments to collaborate with the federal government to drive economic development in rural areas across the country. He directed the National Economic Council to set up a committee to enhance the actualization of legacy projects, especially the Lagos-Calabar and Sokoto-Badagry superhighways. He also ordered the transfer of the office of the Surveyor General of the Federation to the Presidency to enhance the seamless actualization of his administration's legacy project across the country. To end the news, here are the headlines once again. Yobe State begins distribution of fertilizers and other inputs to local governments. We also had 2 killed, 4 injured as farmer headers crisis escalates in Abuja. TwoScale raises €110 million to stimulate agribusiness in Nigeria. On behalf of Rukaiya Sani Abdullahi that compiled the news, on behalf of the Himma News and Current Affairs Department, Rukaiya Sani Abdullahi edited the stories. I am Saad Mustafa Suleiman, SD Nagudu. Thank you for the privilege of your time.